the new game in town, 2XKO,
Now
shows
let's all
up.
sit here. And Wooly, what game is 2XKO?
Formerly known as Project L, the League
All
of
right,
Legends fighting game.
I'd like to take a deep breath.
Oh boy,
Well, so remind me, what was the game that was before Project L that they bought?
Rising
Thunder, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I played the shit out of that.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
So me and my funny little Street Fighter people, yeah. So we played the shit out of that, and then when we found out that it got like that it was done, so it was like okay. Fuck. So then Project L shows up, and I'm just like, this could be interesting. And then some of the most recent stuff they announced, which I imagine that's what we're gonna get into.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
The game, it was at EVO. It's super sick. The idea of the 2v2, so that the problem is that we didn't get a chance to touch it because it was way too crowded. But gameplay wise, I loved Rising Thunder, and what they're doing here, I'm super down with. They showed off Ilaoi, who's the new big heavy girl with the tentacles. Looks awesome. Really all down for that. And there's an aspect of it with the 2v2 stuff that is particularly fun, which is when you're playing with a friend and you're doing 4 players, your partner is the one who has to burst you out of a combo. You don't burst yourself. They have to tag in and save you, So stuff like that is really come on, stay there, burst me, save me, bro. Stuff like that is really great for the hype, The name switch from Project L to 2XKO because it's 2 times knockout.
So
I feel why. I think the idea is we want to have, instead of people saying CVS2 for Capcom versus SNK2, we want to make the acronym the thing itself, right?
Yeah, that's pretty obvious. I think you're right on that.
And then there's we've got League of Legends and that's its own thing. And then when it came time for Runeterra, they called it Runeterra, right? And when it came time for Valorant, they called it its own thing. So there's a level of let's let each thing be its own title. But in this case, it just doesn't roll off the tongue. And they didn't want Runeterra Rumble, that's fine, but 2XKO, I think everyone can agree. We'll eventually get used to saying it. We now say the words "we" without batting an eye. We say Under Night in Birth, and we say fucking Melty Blood without thinking about it twice because it's just been that long. So we'll get used to it, but man.
I feel all of those that you listed as examples, 2XKL sounds so dorky. I would push it in a locker. You know what I mean? It's so dorky. I would push Pat 2XKO in a locker.
Yeah.
So
but also, how dare you? Melty Blood is a sick name. Change my
Melty Blood's great.
It's melty. It is the melty as the descriptor. All right, go.
Melty Blood is a sick name. I will fight you on this to the day that I die.
Sheena, out of my way. All right.
All right.
I think the number one thing that doomed this from the start was the very first tweet after the announcement was a pronunciation guide explaining it is pronounced how it is spelled. This means you have fucked up. You are having to tell people how to spell, how to pronounce a 4-letter word. You have fucked up. Also, Project L is 3 syllables. 2XKO is 4 syllables.
Yeah.
It is longer. It is more awkward to say. It is not descriptive. It is not a word. I feel it in my fucking core that the reason why it is 2XKO is so that when you type in fighting games and go to an alphabetized list,
it is at the top.
First one on that list.
There's SEO on that. There is, that's a good observation.
But if you think about it though, all of the fighting game names, all of them are way technically also just always at the bottom because Street Fighter, Tekken, Soul Calibur, Melty Blood, that's already so low in the fucking alphabet. Mortal Kombat, it's so. But
the thing is that there's ways to make KO work in a title. I think OKKO is a great name for example, for that show.
Yeah.
And if the reference is probably to say like, like almost like double knockout. You could say
they could have called it double KO.
Double KO, 2 KO,
Double KO,
right?
2,
If you wanted to say like, but 2X is just that extra
I have to say,
step
like,
to it.
Saying how it's spelled, like that would be a better name if it was just 2 KO.
So there's another one, 2KO, right? That's one of the.
I showed it to Paige. She looked at it and went, Tusco?
Yeah.
Tusco?
Double cross KO.
Double cross KO is how I would have read it.
So
cross KO.
Someone came up with they did a logo redesign too, and they went with League of Knockouts, aka Loco.
Yeah,
I would have taken that. I would have taken that one. I would have taken that one over
LOKO. League of Knockouts. I was like, okay, just for the fact that you get the word loco out of it, that's kind of nice, But
yeah.
Anyway, it's just one of those bits where you're like, I think multiple people agree. It doesn't have to be, like some. If you want it to sound very different from what normal fighting game names are, that's totally fine, I think. But what you do end up with needs to roll off the tongue,
But even like fighting game names don't make fucking sense.
No,
like Tekken. That doesn't make sense.
The King of Iron Fist.
The
King of Iron Fist. That's it.
That doesn't make
sense. But we don't.
BlazBlue.
Is it Blaze? Is it Blaze Blue?
Or Blaze?
No,
Is
it's
it
not Blaze.
Blaze?
We're not. It's not Blaze Blue. It's Blaz
It's
though.
BlazBlue.
Yeah. God.
Are you sure it's not Blade Blue?
BlazBlue.
Brabru. This is
Blue.
this is the English equivalent of kind of just going nuts with the trying to get the catchy name on it. But
it is pretty interesting.
Gear.
I saw a universal negative reaction.
It is. Yeah.
Isn't that right. Like I did not see one person going cool name.
So
not one, man.
So, like
I didn't.
We'll see what happens, right? I mean, there's always the possibility the canons go, okay, maybe let's think about this again. And I feel like that's definitely a possibility given what you just noted. But I also know that given time, there's always we're used to seeing it, so it doesn't even mean anything anymore. Never forget that when they announced that the revolution was called the Wii, I want to say like Perrin Kaplan were doing the press release stuff at the time was like, get it out of your systems now.
Oh yeah.
Right? It was literally like, we know we're doing this so that it can be said internationally. Get all the laughter out of your systems now because it's not changing, And you're like, that's official. That's crazy.
It kind of feels like that Xbox One shit where they're like, we're going to name it Xbox One so that in parlance, people will shorten it and be like, oh, I'm playing the One.
The One.
And then they were like legitimately blown away when people went, oh, okay, X-Bone. Right?
X-Bone.
This feels like they want people to call it 2.
Don't forget.
Like, we're playing 2.
Dude, I'm just never gonna get over it on how dorky of a name it is, and I truly don't think I'm gonna get used to it. And that's coming from me, who has a fucking dorky video game name called Spooky's Jump Scare Mansion. Previously, Spooky's House of Jump Scares. That's a dinky name. That is a dinky fucking name. And that's coming from me. And if I think that 2XKO, I can't even remember, is even more dinky than that, that's fucking saying something.
Yeah. It looks hype as fuck. I'm very excited to play, but we're gonna have to see what's going on with that.
Also,
all right.
I've been in dev, man.
Sorry?
How long has that been in dev?
I mean, since
years.
Rising Thunder shut down, right?
Yeah.
So,
like, are we expecting like?
I don't think it was
like
exactly
just a bunch
right.
of characters or what?
Oh,
No.
I'm expecting a platform that will go and that'll get characters dropped onto it on a regular basis every couple months for a very long time.
Well, I don't know about that because first off, I don't actually think it was been in development since Rising Thunder per se. I think it was like a couple years after. I think somebody came out and said it was like a couple years after, but don't quote me on that. Maybe I might be misremembering.
Sorry.
It's all good. I play League of Legends, unfortunately, right? So I have trash taste. And that game has like 100. Yeah, I know. I have mental illness. So like the fucking game has like 180 or something fucking champions in it, right? And I wouldn't want that in a fighting game. I wouldn't want, and not to
Yeah.
say that they would add the
Oh,
whole
no. That's
Want
not
Teemo,
that. That's
don't
not.
you?
No. I'm definitely not getting at that. I
I
mean,
think
Smash
I think
Ultimate with
maybe
its 60 something or more
it's
is
too
it's
much.
madness.
I think
Yeah,
at
we're not
max
talking
we
about
would
that.
get. I think at max we'd get maybe like 30.
I think. Well, it's more about the idea of like
No.
picking the. It's not the amount. I'd say just like picking the ones that would be great fits for the genre. You know,
Which
that-
is also difficult because
And-
like well
and-
some characters in League of Legends do have like quote unquote fighting game kind of like concepts
the ones we're
to
seeing
them.
here, right?
Like yeah, like probably well I actually don't have the full list, but I know like off the top of my head champions like Set, he literally
Yeah,
is
Set.
like a knockout guy. Alawi, she's like a bruiser chick. You could probably get Vi in there. She's like a
Yeah, the
big
the
punchy
fists.
fist girl. Yeah. You know, so you could get Vi in there. You could
They've
get,
already got Yasuo
yeah, you could get Yasuo in there.
of course
T-
Jinx is there. Teemo must
Jinx,
show
well-
up. There's no question.
Everybody's gonna be so mad because
Yeah!
nobody likes.
But-
I
but
love
it's-
him.
but it's
I'm a filthy Teemo player.
It is a mascot. It is marketing. That's absolutely going to happen. There's no question.
So I just like I
And
don't,
Echo
like,
is in there too, doing cool shit. Yeah.
That's so interesting. Yeah, that's right. Echo was in it too. But yeah, it's just like there's so many champions that would fit and so many champions that absolutely would not fit, and they might try to make it fit. Like I think Teemo's a cool. Like I said, I played Teemo, but I don't think he would fit.
Oh,
in that
he'd be a
game.
trap character. He'd be like Naoto or Testament.
There
He
are
plays
characters.
like Peacock from like Skullgirls or
Yeah.
something.
This is
Maybe
Pe-
something
Peacock
like
has
that.
pure zoning. There's a bunch
Just
of characters.
flood the screen with bullshit.
So that there's a term called screen pollution, where like characters like Arakune and stuff, just like from Blaze Blue, just they fill
Yeah.
the screen with shit, traps and bombs and nonsense, and they
Teemo,
annoy the
that would
fuck
be
out of you
Teemo,
while running away.
yeah.
That has an archetype, absolutely.
And that would be Teemo then if they wanted to go
yeah.
that archetype.
Playing
Teemo.
against a good Teemo player should feel like catching a disease.
Yeah,
I mean, you're right though.
I mean, didn't they? I mean, we talked about how the conversion of Teemo into Runeterra was like they figured out how to make it just as annoying in card form.
It's my favorite
right?
deck to play in Runeterra.
There you go. So no, I think that's coming no matter what. Okay, so
Terrible name.
We'll see.
Terrible
we'll
name.
see
Terrible
what they
name.
fucking do with it. But
All right, Woolie, see me in 2XKO.
2XK. Yeah.
See me in 2XKO.
Fine.
All right.
Or
all
jump
right,
on my
Willie.
or
I can't even make it sound cool. Like
jump
come
on my team
fight
and then
me
I
in
won't burst you.
2XKO. I
Yeah.
can't even make it. I can't make it sound cool.
You call it 2x for short, but like.
I even
But
then,
2x. But the problem is 2x to Japanese players means super turbo because that's what
Yeah.
it was called in Japan. Anyway, whatever.